Are you looking to learn how to play Skull King without having to read the rulebook? Then you're in the right place. We're going to go over the full guide of how to play, how to score, how to know which cards to play, and be sure to stick around to the end of the video so you can learn about this new white whale card and everything else that has to do with this updated version of Skull King. I'm Brandon from Brimley Games. If you want to skip ahead to any part of the video, be sure to check out the timestamps in the description down below. Skull King is a trick-taking card game in which you will bid the number of tricks you think that you will win each round. Whoever has the highest score at the end of the game will win and become captain of the 7 seas. This is what's included in the game. To start, be sure to take out these cards. You'll learn how to use them in the advanced rules later in the video. Hand out the player aid cards and a set of bid reminder cards to each player. Shuffle the deck and prepare to play. If you are unfamiliar with this type of game, here are a few key terms you'll need to know. A trick is where each player plays one card. The person who played the highest value card wins the trick. A round consists of one or more tricks and is based upon the number of cards dealt. A round ends when all cards have been played. For example, in the third round, 3 cards are dealt, so there are 3 tricks in that round. A suit is a set of cards of the same type. Trump is a suit or card that is always ranked higher than other cards regardless of their number value. For example, a green 14 loses to the black 1 because black is always trump. Leading. When the first card played in a trick is a numbered card, its suit determines the colors the other players must play. This is called the suit that was led or the lead suit. Skull King is played over 10 rounds. 1 card is dealt to each player in the first round, 2 are dealt in the second, and so on, ending with 10 cards dealt to each player in round 10. Because 8-player games are even more complex, it's recommended that you only play with 6 players if you're playing with new or inexperienced players. However, if you decide to play with 8 players, you're still going to play 10 rounds, but the last 3 rounds are going to go up to a max hand size of 8 cards. After the cards are dealt, look at your cards and decide how many tricks you think you will win that round. When everyone is ready, pound your fists on the table in unison 3 times while calling out, "Yo ho ho." On the third pound, extend the number of fingers equal to your bid, or a closed fist if bidding 0. Using your 2 bid reminder cards, place one over the other to indicate your bid. If you bid 10, put both face down. Record each player's bid on the score pad. Let's go over the different cards and help you understand how to determine the winner. Let's start with the numbered cards. There are 4 suits of cards numbered 1 through 14 in the deck. The green, yellow, and purple are standard suits, and the black Jolly Roger cards trump, or in other words, will always beat the other 3 standard suits. If a numbered card is played first in a trick, it establishes which suit is in play. All other players, if they can, must play a numbered card of the same color, with the exception of special cards, which we'll go over in a minute. If you don't have the suit that was led, you can play any card. Here's an example. A green 7, 12, and 8 are played. Since they are all green cards, the 12 wins. When you play a non-trump suit card that's different from the suit that was led, your card will lose, even if it's the highest number played. For example, players 1 and 2 both play a yellow card. Player 3 doesn't have a yellow card and plays a purple 14. The yellow 12 wins the trick. If you are able to play a trump card, it will beat standard suit cards, even those of a higher numbered value. Here's an example. Players 1 and 2 both play a yellow card. Player 3 doesn't have a yellow card, so he plays a black 2. Even though the 2 is the lowest number played, player 3 will win the trick because black trumps other suits. Next, let's go over the special cards. You can play one in any suit, even if you'd normally be required to follow the suit that was led. The 5 escape cards are the lowest cards in the deck, and almost always guarantee that you will lose the trick in which they are played. Use them wisely to avoid taking a trick you don't want to win. There are 4 types of character cards. Pirate cards beat all numbered cards. If more than 1 pirate is played in a trick, the first pirate played wins. When you play the Tigress, you declare whether she will count as a pirate or escape. The Skull King beats all numbered cards and pirates, including the Tigress played as a pirate. The only ones who can defeat him are the mermaids. Mermaids beat all numbered suits but lose to all of the pirates with the exception of the Skull King. If both mermaids end up in the same trick, the first one played wins the trick. If a pirate, the Skull King, and a mermaid are all played in the same trick, the person who played the mermaid wins the trick. When leading a trick, you may choose to lead with any card. When it's an escape, or the Tigress played as an escape, the next player sets the suit with the card they play, unless they play an escape as well, which would defer setting the suit to the next player, and so on. When a mermaid, pirate, or the Skull King leads a trick, there is no suit for that trick, meaning that other players may play any card that they want. Once bidding is complete, the player to the left of the dealer will lead out by playing a card face up in the middle of the table. In clockwise order, each player will then play a card following the rules we've discussed previously. The person who played the highest ranking card wins the trick and places the cards in a stack in front of them. Then they play a card to lead out the next trick. Play continues until all the tricks in that round have been played, and you keep score on the score pad. The player to the dealer's left becomes the new dealer. They shuffle all the cards and then deal them, increasing the number of cards dealt by 1 from the previous round. After the 10th round is completed, final scores are tallied, and the player with the highest score is the winner. There are 2 different scoring systems that you can choose from in Skull King. The Skull King scoring is the classic scoring system for the game, so if you've played this version of Skull King, you'll be very familiar with it. There's only a few tweaks to the bonus point amounts when capturing certain character cards. With the Skull King scoring, you only earn points in the round in which you get your bid correctly. If you're off even by 1, you get negative points instead. Bidding 1 or more. When you win the exact number of tricks that you bid, you get plus 20 points for each trick taken. For example, if you bid 3 and take 3 tricks, this earns you 60 points. Capture more or fewer tricks than you bid, and you lose 10 points for every trick you're off by. You can't earn any bonus points in any of these tricks if you're off on your bid. Here's an example. You bid 2, but take 4 tricks. You're off by 2 tricks, so you lose 20 points. Bidding 0. When you bid 0, you can earn positive or negative 10 times the number of cards dealt that round. The more cards that are dealt, the more you can win or lose. Bidding 0 can be risky, but it can pay off. For example, if you bid 0 on round 7 and take 0 tricks, you score 70 points. But if you bid 0 in the 9th round and capture 2 tricks, you instead score negative 90 for the round. In each round, you'll have the chance to earn bonus points. You won't earn any bonus points if you get your bid wrong. Capturing the 14s will earn you bonus points. 10 points for the yellow, green, and purple 14, and 20 points for the black 14. Capturing a character card in a trick will earn you a bonus of 20 points for each mermaid taken by a pirate, 30 points for each pirate taken by the Skull King, and 40 points for taking the Skull King with a mermaid. Let's look at an example. The following cards are played: a yellow 14, a black 14, and a pirate. The last player plays the Skull King, winning the trick. This means they earn plus 10 points for the yellow 14, plus 20 points for the black 14, and plus 30 points for the pirate. The score sheet. Place each player's name in this box. This is where you write the round number, which you typically play 10 rounds. Write the number of cards dealt here, and it's usually the same as the round number. The bid and result box holds the number of tricks you predict to win that round, followed by the amount you actually won. Place the points earned or lost based on the bidding here. Any bonus points earned for the round will be put here. The round points. This will be the total for the round, which is the bid plus the bonus. And the running total goes here. It is the previous total plus the current round points. Finally, if using the Rascal Scoring, place your bid type, cannonball or grape shot, here. To explain this, let's talk about the Rascal Scoring, which is the second scoring method you can choose. Each round, all players have the same potential points regardless of the number you bid. It is 10 times the number of cards dealt that round. For example, 5 cards are dealt, so your potential score is 50 points, whether you bid 0, 3, 1, 5, or anything else. Your accuracy determines whether you will earn all, part, or none of those potential points. Direct hit. When you get your bid exactly right, you earn all of the potential round points. Glancing blow. When you are off by 1 on your bid, you earn half of the potential round points. Complete miss. When you are off by 2 or more, you earn none of the potential round points. The same rules apply to bonus points. You get all if you get your bid right, half if you're off by 1, and none if you're off by 2 or more. Example 1. The 3 players bid 0, 1, and 2 in a round where 3 cards or a 30-point potential are dealt. They each land a direct hit by getting their bid and score 30 points. Example 2. In the next round where 4 cards are dealt 40-point potential, this time they bid 1, 0, and 4. Player 1 gets his bid, player 2 is off by 1, and player 3 is off by 2. Here's what their scores would be. Player 1 gets a direct hit, which means full points of 40 points. Player 2 gets a glancing blow and earns half points, which is 20 points. Player 3 gets a complete miss and earns no points. With this optional rule, you'll choose between 2 options immediately after bidding. You'll reveal your choice simultaneously with a yo-ho-ho. Grape shot is signified by an open hand and follows standard Rascal Scoring. Cannonball is signified by a closed fist and allows you to earn 15 points for each card dealt if you bid correctly. If you're off, even by 1, you earn 0 points. You must get your bid correct to earn any bonus points. For example, assume 6 cards were dealt and that you bid 3. If you chose Grape Shot and got your bid correct, you score 60 points for the round. If you're off by 1, you score 30 points for the round. If you chose Cannonball and got your bid correct, you score 90 points for the round. If you're off by 1, you score 0 points for the round. For a 2-player game, shuffle and deal 3 hands. You'll follow the same rules as normal, but with a twist. You will be joined by Greybeard's ghost. Each round, you and your opponent will alternate who leads out. Regardless of which one of you does, Greybeard will always play his card second. On his turn, flip over the top card and add it to the trick. But don't look at his cards. When Greybeard wins a trick, he leads out the next one. Otherwise, he always goes second. He doesn't bid and doesn't have a score. Now let's go over the advanced rules. Remember that you can reference the player aid cards to have reminders on how these cards work while playing the advanced rules. Now let's talk about the Kraken and the White Whale. Things can get a little crazy if you put both of them in at the same time, so you may want to start by adding one to the deck and seeing how that goes before adding both. When the Kraken is played, the trick is destroyed entirely. No one wins the trick and the cards are set aside. The next trick is led by the player to the left of whoever played the Kraken. The White Whale affects both numbered cards and special cards in unique ways. Special cards change to escape cards, and numbered cards, including Trump, turn white, meaning they have no suit. This means that the highest number card wins the trick regardless of their suit. If there is a tie, the first one played is the winner. Here's an example. The following cards are played: the Black 2, a Pirate, a Yellow 14, and the Skull King. Player 5 then plays the White Whale. This means that player 3's 14 wins the trick. What happens if they both show up in the same trick? The second one played wins, and the first one turns into an escape. Loot cards. When you play a loot card, you enter into an alliance with the player who captures it. If both of you bid correctly, you are each awarded 20 bonus points. The blank cards. You can use these to replace lost or damaged cards, or to create your own custom cards. Let's go over how to use the Pirate's advanced abilities. First, to unlock each Pirate's unique skill, you must first win a trick by playing that Pirate. It does not count if you capture them. Second, the ability must be used immediately and does not carry over into the next round. And third, you may not use a Pirate's ability in the last trick of a round. Rosie Delaney allows you to choose any player, including yourself, to lead the next trick. Bent the Bandit allows you to add 2 cards to your hand from the deck and then discard 2 cards. Rascal of Roatan allows you to bet 0, 10, or 20 points. Earn the points if you get your bid correct, and if your bid is off, you get negative points. Juanita Jade allows you to privately look through any cards not dealt that round to see which are not in play. Harry the Giant allows you to choose to change your bid by plus or minus 1, and you may choose to leave it the same. If you want to change how many rounds you play or how many cards are in your hand, here's some suggested ideas. Even keeled. 2 rounds each of 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 cards per hand. Skip to the Brawl. 1 round each of 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 cards per hand. Swift and Salty Skirmish. 5 rounds of 5 cards per hand. Broadside Barrage. 10 rounds of 10 cards per hand. Whirlpool. 2 rounds each of 9, 7, 5, 3, and 1 cards per hand. And Past Your Bedtime. 1 round of 1 card per hand, plus a Goodnight Hug.